Welcome to Frontline Business. I am Sasha Lee Hamilton. Jamaica's net international reserves, NIR, dipped last month. It declined by $101 million. The island's NIR is now at $2.9 billion. The Bank of Jamaica says the reserves are still strong and able to withstand any major external shocks. Jamaica Producers Group is reporting increased profit of $578 million for the 39-week period ended September 30. Revenues also grew to $14.3 billion. This was a 25% increase over the same period last year. However, during the third quarter, profit was down by 7%. This was as a result of charges associated with the company's new business development initiatives in its food and drink division. Key Insurance suffered a $72.9 million loss, which it says resulted from several factors. More in this report.
While premium income grew, claims expenses amounted to $783.2 million, which was a 278% increase over the last year. The year-to-date expenses included an actuarial estimate of $98.9 million for claims incurred but not yet reported. Key Insurance ended the first 9 months of its financial year with a loss. This estimate was calculated by Key's independent actuary based on 2 methods that reflect historical claims incurred. As a result of this trend, Key says its management has been tasked to reassess the underwriting practices with a view to improving profitability. There was a 12% reduction in administration costs for the 9 months. Marian Myrie, Frontline Business.
The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, in its latest macroprudential report, said that risks to financial stability remained low during the June quarter. More in this report from Michael Sharp.
The central bank says reduction in the government's debt and the accommodative monetary policy stance influenced a continued downward trend in domestic interest rates and strong holdings of liquid assets by banks. Against this backdrop, the bank highlighted that the financial system demonstrated continued expansion of domestic credit during the quarter. The report also noted that despite the steady uptick in private sector debt levels, household and non-financial corporate entities' overall debt burden are assessed as sustainable. Additionally, financial institutions have not demonstrated any significant extension in their financial leverage. In the meantime, a macroeconomic stress testing model was used to assess the resilience of the banking sector to macroeconomic shocks. The results showed that the commercial banking sector remained resilient to adverse shocks to the real economy and financial markets. BOJ says this resilience is due to their strong capital position as well as the sector's ability to generate interest income under all the stress scenarios examined. Michael Sharp, Business News.
Apple shares sank by 5%, dragging down U.S. markets and wiping more than $40 billion of the tech giant's market value. The fall followed a profit warning from some of the firm's suppliers, which exacerbated concerns that demand for iPhones is slowing. The declines made the company one of the biggest losers on the Dow on Monday, which closed down 2.3%. MoneyGram International has agreed to pay $125 million in a settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, which charged the company for failing to fully comply with a previous order. In 2009, MoneyGram settled charges with the FTC and agreed to take steps to curtail the use of its services by scammers who used it to defraud consumers. The agency later sued MoneyGram again, saying it had failed to follow through on all of the steps. In the early 2000s, MoneyGram was scammers' favorite tool for receiving money from their victims. Scammers operating fraudulent sweepstakes and government grant scams often instructed victims to wire money through the service since they could not be traced and the money could not be retrieved. FTC Chairman Joe Simons says MoneyGram's alleged failure to implement key provisions of the order allowed scammers to continue to use its money transfer system to rip off consumers. In the latest filing, The FTC accused MoneyGram of failing to fully implement a comprehensive fraud prevention program called up in the 2009 settlement. In Tuesday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 1,813 points to close at 362,563. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 55 stocks, of which 17 advanced, 25 declined, and 13 traded firm. The junior market index declined by 14 points to close at 3,218. Stocks advanced for 1834 Investments, Barita Investments, Caribbean Cement, Elite Diagnostic, and Grace Kennedy Limited. Stocks declined for 138 Student Living, Blue Power Group, Carreras, Consolidated Bakeries, and Derrimon Trading. Trading firm were Berger Paints, Cargo Handlers Limited, Caribbean Cream, Caribbean Producers, and Express Catering. Scotia Group was the volume leader with 498,076 units, followed by Wysinco Group Limited ordinary shares with 438,385 units and Proven Investments Limited with 429,681 units. Oil's slide accelerated on Tuesday, with U.S. futures dropping to lows not seen in 11 months due to ongoing worries about weakening global demand, oversupply, and sell-offs across other asset classes, including equities. U.S. crude futures lost $2.64 or 4.3% to hit $57.30 a barrel, the lowest since December 2017. Brent dropped $2.96 or 4.2% to a low of $67.14 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. Pleasant viewing.